Greetings everyone, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, and today in our studio, the Demon Turf. Demon Turf has you play as a little demon named Beebz, who on a mission to claim the crown and become the queen of the demon world. Yes, it's a silly premise, but knowing what the goal is making the gameplay even more fun as tear through stages and kick rival demon butts. Traveling the realms as you discover the new environments only to topple the next leader in a boss fight is a ton of fun. The first thing that you'll notice about the Demon Turf is lovely mix of 2D and 3D environments. Considering you can rotate camera however you wish, the fact that the sprites remain lively and animated must have been a challenging feat for developers. That being said, there are some visual oddities that take away from the immersion, but they surprisingly not common. Meanwhile, Demon Turf's soundtrack is full of trippy beats which blend seamlessly with the satisfying effects and vocal clips while adjusting whenever you head indoors or dive underwater. All of this comes together to make a cohesively stylish world with very unique vibe. It's a simple plot that held up by charming dialogues and chapters. Despite the game describing itself as a platformer, well, the only attitude I'm seeing here is a Waslam one. While someone attitude carries over to the art style too, with the new grounds, squid sprites, radiation, pure zoomer, ammo charm, and the varied worlds being a joy to explore even when you're running through at top speed. The soundtrack is also full of boobs. The beats are specially, as I said before, if you remember. As a platformer, Demon Turf is pretty standard. There are 4 main hub worlds to explore, each with 7 levels and a boss fight to be conquered. Instead of getting a power star at the end of each level, you'll be grabbing a battery, a pretty literal take on power, and using it to gain access to the hub boss fight. Beyond just getting to the end as fast as possible, each level also hides sweets for you to find, which can be used to buy cosmetics for Beebz and mods to make movement and abilities more useful. You can run faster, fall slower, and execute a number of techniques that make conquering harder levels much easier. Demon Turf feels the need to go very fast. Beebz is enjoying to control, changing direction and the slightest movement triple jumping with ease, and having enough weight to make spin jumps feel satisfying. The moveset is comparable to Mario 64, but if Mario has downed 5 Red Bulls beforehand and decided to borrow Crash Bandicoot Dad's Tornado Spin. Not only Beebz base movements great to mess around with, but toward the end of each hop, you are given a new power-up that expands it further. You can turn into a ball and whiz around like a Sonic or glide across the gap, both of which add to game quick tempo. The grappling hook, however, is a little underused, but that might be a clever metaphor for the ways blockbuster gaming and brands and then rejected the grapple hook over the past 2 decades. Probably not true, is the most satisfying moveset I've seen since Super Mario Odyssey and makes getting through each world even more enjoyable. The Demon Turf and its best when it's letting you use the moveset to move through short levels without even having a stop. When it doesn't it is one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played in some time, but when it shifts its focus away, I can't lose a lot of the momentum. As the turf part, the name implies J.K. Rowling in the game's central villain, the Demon Turf. Our device now is live in the UK. Anyway, in a Demon Turf, a key mechanic allows Beebz to manually place up 3 flags in a level that has the checkpoints. You can return the most recent one at any point, but you can't remove or regain them, meaning once you put a flag down, the checkpoint is permanent. Although the idea is unique and will likely be appreciated by speedrunners who want to manipulate part of the map, I felt like putting a head on head. Demon Turf is all about speed and it's best during those moments, but the checkpointing feels that odd with that needs you to slow down. It doesn't help that later levels can double in length, making forgetting to put a flag down a much bigger pain. When it works, it can be fun to grab a collective and instantly come back to where you need to be. But more often than not, I'd forget that I was placing checkpoints myself, die, and then find myself way further back in the level and swearing near to get annoyed at the game automatically doing things for me again. Another area where Demon Turf trips up is in a combat, which its weakest element. Beebz can actually kill enemies herself. She may be a demon, but she's just a kid. After all, she instead charges up little palm slaps to push enemies into spikes and off cliffs. For a game that lets you choose your own checkpoints, it's oddly restrictive and worst of all slow. You unlock more attack as you progress through the campaign, but these combat areas remain a chore. Every time the combat zone propped up, I audibly groaned and wished Demon Turf had the guts to be about platforming, especially because it does so well. It makes game feel at odds with itself, forcing you to stop and slap things around to carry on, despite also trying to get you run along and each speedrunning trophies. Thankfully, combat isn't frequent enough to slow the pace down too much, and some optional characters modes can speed things up further, but Demon Turf would be stronger without it altogether. I feel the same way about the Demon Turf. Long list of extra content. I'm not typed to 100% games very often, but Demon Turf is so full of stuff to do. It gave me shitty flashbacks to Crash 4 Road to Completion. There are even really trips to level, but thankfully they are done a ton of better and actually change things up considerably, rather than just slapping off a filter and calling it a day. No, I'm not bitter, you're better. Ultropium completions find a lot love here. I had the most fun with the Demon Turf when I forgot about its Marlin size question, collectibles, and second visit to a level and just ran through stages with the mastery Beebz move letting me fly down levels like I was Sonic, and I finally learned how to work in 3D. When Demon Turf is fast, it's glorious, it's just a shame it has some extra baggage stopping it from peeling it out. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you guys to comment and subscribe. Bye.